You're thinking my first rotation goes to that Death Prophet. PD could even ditch Arteezy and go for an early gank, so it's a very vulnerable lane, even though the 1v1 matchup's fine.
Very easy.
Anything, and this is just going to be timeout farming here for Arteezy.
That was a really nice attempt because he knew the next creep wave would give Universe 6, and having Ravage plus the Clinks there would almost assuredly kill the Death Prophet.
Handscan, he will tether across. Nice avalanche from Limp, holding back Fear and Samael. The Sonic Wave coming through will just clip Handscan on the edge, and that's going to be a first blood there for the Quap. Only Jester.
Yeah, very dead Death Prophet.
Indeed, Arteezy stuck around, and here's the combo you talked about, just setting up with the Ravage. Chessie trying to keep himself alive there with the Siphon. It's not going to be powerful enough, and a second kill on the board for EG, and Arteezy's little adventure to the bottom lane does end up paying off.
That's the kind of gank that is a little bit hard to anticipate. Like the first time he backed up, he managed to hit level 6, so they're not pressuring his lane so much anymore. And PPD is also closing in on the same. He's going to have swap in the next creep wave or two. And I think they want to try to go for a dive here. PPD might need a teleport here.
Oh, so he's going to try and TP for Swindles. He's got the Roy. He says, PPD, I'm taking you downtown. And he'll get the kill. There'll be a TP coming through from Arteezy. Fear's rotating around as well. And Swindles looks like he will get punished here. Look at the Malefice down. Arteezy with the right clicks is going to be more than enough to find that kill in return. So Swindles does pay for his sins, taking down PPD. But EG's there to back up their captain and get the revenge kill.
Yeah, it was a little bit of over-aggression. I think it's not too bad, though. Maybe at the end of the day, it's slightly favoring EG just because it was an off-lane position. They get the tower deny. Whereas a couple of people were given credit for the experience and goal of the kill itself.
And let's see if Chessie expects this. Does he just assume that Artur would have backed off after that?
He is spooked.
And the drawing's being made. In fact, Chessie, he's starting to run back. Arteezy still wanting to get in position. He's got PPD there as well. Chessie could be in trouble if they catch him out with a stun. But at the same time, there is a smoke from compLexity, so they could try and turn this one around. They will lose Chessie here on the Death Prophet, but they might be able to find Arteezy and PPD in return. Here comes the rotation. Swindle's moving in, looking for Artur. Artur, Sintail down to the south. They'll pop out the dust, but it doesn't quite catch Arteezy. Arteezy will be fine. PPD made it out to the east. So they lose Chessie down the Death Prophet, and compLexity send the whole team in, but they can't quite catch anyone out in return.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate smoke because not only did they waste it, but they lost a hero in the time that they smoked, so it was not as effective as they wanted it to be. But again, Limp.
10 minutes in, he's got his mech done, nearly level 9 on the Enigma.
Yeah, he is mega farmed, actually. This is really a rough situation for Cole. I was talking about how it felt similar to the first game, but one of the big differences is EG don't have drastically inferior teamfight this game. Teamfight is actually extremely good.
Oh, swap onto Swindles into the magic missile. Arteezy's there with the damage. They'll take down the beast monster Lip. Get the avalanche toss off onto Arteezy, but the mech comes through. There's a Ravage for Universe. Fear trying to move into position. They'll just focus down Limp there with the Eidolons. They'll get IO as well. There's Universe brings down the anchor onto the little ball. 3 dead on compLexity. And EG there just right on top of compLexity, just messing around in the mid lane.
I don't know, man. They just don't really seem to be on the same page right now. Last game, they were a well-oiled machine, and Z-Freak also going to be getting dove here. Middle lane. See you later.
That's a 4th one, and Chessie, the last one standing, trying to find a tier 2. Artur is going to hang around, chomps on Carty, and trying to get himself in position, but Chessie did get the Siphon off here. So Arteezy, oh, with the courier as well. Oh dear! Oh dear, oh dear. Artur pays with his life. He does get the courier. That is Limp's blink gone for 3 minutes. I mean, we can talk about whether that was worth it there from Arteezy Toozy.
Well, blink for 3 minutes is a big deal, but middle lane.
Just Sonic waving the hell out of Swindles. Universe gets off the anchor smash. That might be enough to keep him alive. In fact, it looks like it is. Limp can't quite get the punches through. Samael clears up the eye on the backlines as well. So everything is happening everywhere. People are dying, but blink on the sideline for 2.5 minutes for this Tiny.
Yeah, it's really bad news for compLexity. Their Wisp is still not 6. Getting into 13, 14 minute plus territory where you definitely want to try to be level 6 by that point. EG
Heroes, Limp without his blink, putting Colin in quite a rocky position at the moment.
Well, there are a couple of nice things for compLexity. The fact that Chessie's going to be level 11 soon is nice. Level 2 Exorcism is quite literally twice as good as level 1. They could catch Swindle here.
It looks like they will. They've got 4. They make that 5 coming in. Swindles. Off you go, son. Arteezy with the kill. More money into the bank of the Clinks. Swindles was desperate to try and finish up that tier 2, but on his own, and they were right on top of that. But at the same time, mid lane, you've got Chessie trying to finish up the tier 1. Will do some of the exorcism, gets the silence onto Universe. Be a little bit careful. The rest of EG coming across the map. Maybe see if they can get anyone here off the back of complexity's retreat. They'll keep it safe, they keep it cool, and Chessie gets away with that one.
That was a nice trade. The problem that I think that they're running into is the way that you use Exorcism is very important when you're playing Death Prophet. Like if you see the way that EG are playing, they're fighting around their ultimates and then they're pushing towers after the fact. Whereas Complexity, they're kind of getting picked. They pop the Death Prophet ult and they are going for towers, but they have it for the team fight. And I really think that if they don't have it for the team fight, then you actually can't even think about trying to 5 versus 5 against EG. It's just way too hard. There's Black Hole, there's Ravage, there's Queen Ulti. Just the sheer amount of damage output and control that they have in a 5 versus 5 is too much to handle.
Yeah, and talking about the Queen Ulti, Samael, he is of course going for the Aghanims. He's just 1k gold away from it, and exactly that thing, the team fight timing, the fact that with a 40-second cooldown, you're pretty much able to fight, 2-3 times within the duration of Chessie waiting for Exorcism to come back online each and every time, which is going to be huge in this kind of game.
Yeah, cooldowns are everything when you're playing these types of lineups where if he doesn't go for that kill unless he has 2 lives.
It's gonna be not easy. He loves this Enchantress. He's always hunting down Z3. He's gonna go for a bit of a tempt here maybe. He does have fear here as well, and Z3 could be in trouble. And the heal, not gonna be enough to save him this time. That's gonna be a dead ench. RTZ being credited with the kill.
Damage output is insane. Plus, like having strafe, it's 130 attack speed. Untouchable, I think, is like 1.
I think it's 130 max.
Yeah, they're both 130,
much,
so it
exactly
completely negates touchable, which is quite nice. It's pretty much a free tower at this point. I don't think there's any reason why Complexity would want to contest in tier 1.
PD eyeing up Limp, the swap into the stun. Limp will get off the avalanche, but at the same time, the rest of EG, they pick off the eye on the sidelines because there's going to be no save for Limp. Ravage comes through the universe just in time to stop the TP. They'll take down the Tiny as well.
And do you know how manly you have to be to throw out a Ravage like that?
Yep.
I mean, he already had the TP started. And then
he knew he had it. Universe knew he had it.
He's just like, I got it. No problem. Almost max range Ravage.
And when Universe says he's got it, he's got it.
Definitely does. This is a very, very tough game for Complexity at this point. It got out of hand pretty early, to be honest. Like, just the simple fact that the rotation early on, they kill Chessie. They were talking about on the couch. It wasn't Fear, though, that rotated. Ended up being Artor just having the disable, and the Clinks is more than enough to kill. Just a Death Prophet.
Top lane, Swindles. You're lucky that Universe doesn't have that Ravage, of course, has already used Chessie's coming in, but EG, they've got a full 5-man. But what the smoke there! Just quickly dispelled, and they jump straight into Chess. They get the swap. They'll be the raw to Universe, but Universe, he's already used the Ravage. They don't need his ultimate that bad. They're going to lose the Death Prophet. Hanskin gets tossed in. Limp! He says, take the IO. We'll give you him as kind of a trade-off if you let the rest of us live. And the rest of them do, but Chessie and Hanskin down for that.
It was a peace offering.
It was, yes.
After game 1, Cole were like, alright, we messed up, we're sorry. Here, take this Wisp. Please leave us alone.
Have this gift, sir.
Yep. EG, though, feeling pretty unstoppable right now. This kind of shows, I think that Complexity had some ideas to try to deal with the Enigma Tide, but they had to have known that EG were running it. Because when we see it earlier on in the tournament and just understanding that Universe and like BD and Fear play those heroes and they've been known to do it in the past, this is something that you kind of have to be able to see coming, right?
It is we see one of the other teams, of course, we saw do it a few times with Secret.
Right.
With the Misery, Puppy stuff, swap onto Chessie, did get off the Exorcism, the Avalanche toss, it's nice, RTZ falling low, and it'll go down, but the Black Hole from Fear! Oh, you has been sucked in! Universe comes in with the Anchor Smash, 4 dead, 5 dead! EG clean up house, and Fear turning up with the biggest Black Hole yet of this tournament.
Well, if the game wasn't already difficult, that just made it a heck of a lot worse. It was a very, very heavy commitment, though. As soon as Chessie gets swapped, Complexity have to go. Especially since the ultimate was popped, too, so it's going to be a pretty easy Rags here, 21 minutes in, give or take, for EG. Only 3 kills on the side of Complexity, and I gotta say, if
If there's a team that you're not going to be able to pull the same kind of stuff against twice, it's EG.
Yeah.
Because PPD is, you did that first time, work out what to do the second time.
Why is PPD a 1960s gangster? Why did he turn into that? I don't know,
but this is some gangster stuff right here from EG.
Their adaptation has always been phenomenal, though. I mean, that's one of the things that is a hallmark of EG, is their ability to... I mean, they're literally known for going to the lower bracket, and then going through the lower bracket, and then winning. That's what EG do. So, adaptation, always going to be something on a checklist if you're talking about this team. So, okay, compLexity just tap out. Personally, I think they only did it because it said 322.
Oh, that was a lovely Ravage universe. Do it again with you.
Oh, and it was 322.
322?
Oh, it was 3 to 22.
Oh!
Guarantee you that's why they GG'd.
No, I'm an idiot. I had a cheeky old tap to Twitch. I was like, why is everyone saying 322? No one's throwing this one.
No, I mean,
it's the score.
To be perfectly fair, though, all joking aside, this game was not close.